Hey there, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and today we're going to do a live Q&A recap of this morning's video on another 5 ways for you to be able to make income, whether it's from home or online. If you're a member of the consulting crew, welcome back. If you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can stay updated on the latest videos, live streams, and more. I hope you enjoy today's live stream. Let's get to it. As I said, welcome to Consult a Blind Guy. My name is Andrew, and today we're covering another 5 ways for you to be able to make money from home and online. Now, most of these have been geared mainly towards those who are visually impaired and differently abled, but there's also a lot of them that can be done by anybody, whether you're differently abled or non-disabled in any way. Today we've got 5 that cross both sides of the spectrum of differently abled and non-disabled, so it should be interesting. I look forward to hearing your questions, and if you could please put question in all caps, it makes it a lot easier for me to be able to differentiate between regular chat and questions. And if you're watching this on the replay, if you could also please put question in all caps, it would make it a lot easier as well. Let's see who we have with us today. Danny McKenna, thanks for being here. Inside the Labs Heck PC, Terrence, thank you for being here. Kim Lackey, thanks for being here. And just an FYI, in case you are new to the community or are a consulting crew member on Facebook, today is our last multi-stream, including Twitter for the time being. If you have not heard, come the end of this month on the 31st, Periscope will be discontinued, which is the service that allows you to stream to Twitter, which means I am going to have to learn an entire new process in order to incorporate Twitter back into our multi-stream. So after today, if you're watching on Twitter, unfortunately, you're going to have to come to one of the other platforms, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or Twitch. Unfortunately, that is something that is out of my control, and I will be working on re-implementing into our streams again in the future. This is one of the downfalls that I have mentioned in the past about playing on these networks and not having your own area to play with, for instance, a website. Because we are on services like YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, when they make changes, it can affect you and it could put you in a hard spot. This is why I was mentioning before about having an email list or having a website so you could stay in contact with your subscribers, viewers, and followers, because when things like this happen, if you're just on that one platform, like Twitter, for instance, as a live stream using Periscope, you would now be, in a sense, kind of screwed to where you're going to have to not communicate with your followers through live streams. You would be stuck with just doing tweets, which can be kind of long and drawn out. If you've got a lot to say, your tweets can only have so many characters. And then you would have to resort to sending emails or funneling your followers from Twitter to Facebook or YouTube or one of the other platforms. Thankfully, I have that ability already between Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and all the other social media, including the email list, to be able to let you know outside of this stream what is going on. It is something that kind of bugs me, but thankfully we have multiple platforms to bounce between, as well as the email list and website to let you know the latest news and updates when it comes to having these live streams. If you have any questions on today's topic for the 5 different ways to be able to make income, please feel free to drop your questions into the live chat or into the comments below. If you're watching on replay, feel free to ask questions on any of the previous ways as well, or general questions. I don't mind answering them as we go through today's live stream. So to recap this morning's video on the 5 different ways very quickly, there is number 1, creating your own phone app, whether it's an Android specific app, an Apple app, or a combination of both phone systems. Earning extra money with a truck. I know that is outside of the visually impaired community, but if you have access to a truck or a driver of a truck, you can still make a little bit of money that way as well. Number 3 is making gift baskets. Number 4 is being a tour guide. And number 5 is your local farmer's market. All right, no questions yet. So, number 1, creating a phone app. How is this going to make you money? I'm sure that's one of your first questions is, how is it going to make you money, and how much is it going to cost, and how is this going to be something that you can do fairly simply to be able to make the revenue? Well, there's 2 options. You have sites out there that will allow you to either have your app created for you and you only have minimal little things to do, like some websites where it's just a literal drag and drop setup. And then there's other setups to where it is code based, but the codes are simply modified to where you can go in, swap out what you need done, and then it will be done for you. Now, some of them are fairly inexpensive. I've seen a few of them advertised lately on Facebook where they've been running deals for $100 to set up your app for a lifetime. So you would pay that one-time fee, and forever on from that point, your app is set up. The only time you would have to pay another fee, for instance, would be if you completely change the entire layout and name and purpose of that app, or if you decided later on down the road to modify the app to where it had more to it than what you initially set it up for. Some of the other ones is a yearly fee, and they have pretty much the same kind of stipulations of if you're changing the app name or redesigning the entire layout and things like that, to where you would have to pay an additional fee on top of your annual fee. The benefits of having an app, whether it's Apple or Android specific or a combination of both, is you can have free content as well as in-app purchases, whether this is uh, musical or pictures or digital products of any type. You can even set it up to where you could have an in-app purchase of your merch if you have it, or any other physical products you might have set up automatically integrated into your app. You can also create memberships within that app. For instance, if you're a consulting crew member here on YouTube and I had memberships, you could be able to link that same thing within to your app. And the pricing can be set up to where it is a one-time fee to purchase in the app store, or a monthly reoccurring fee, or an annual fee. Of course, Apple and Google may actually take a percentage of that purchase, but the majority of the income earned from that initial purchase will still go to you. Number two is earning extra money with a truck. Now, this has been one of the things that I have been seeing a great deal of over this past year with this whole situation we're all in right now, and that is being a delivery service, more or less. If you have a pickup truck or an SUV or even a van that has cargo space or storage space, you can be able to take that vehicle and assist local businesses, garage sailors, yard sailors, anyone that needs moving of an item, or just doesn't want to move it themselves or doesn't have a vehicle to do it, and you can actually charge them a moving fee, as well as include your gas and time spent in doing said moving. Whether it's picking up an item from a store and delivering it and bring it into your house or to your garage, whether it's going out and getting dirt or stone for landscaping or anything like that. We were just asked the other day, because we recently got a new couch, if we wanted that kind of service from Big Lots. Big Lots themselves do not deliver, but they have partnered with local community members that have pickup trucks that will actually deliver your couch or other large items for you for a fee. Big Lots has arranged with them for $75 to $100 for that person to pick up your item and deliver it to you, and be able to have that access to a delivery rather than you trying to go out and get a U-Haul or a trailer or something if you don't have a large enough vehicle. Number three, pardon, is to create and sell gift baskets. Gift baskets are something that are super, super simple that anybody can do, whether you're visually impaired or not. You can do gift baskets. It takes no experience or real creativity when it comes to creating gift baskets. You go out, you find the items, whether it's travel size soaps or lotions, incense, candles, you name it, you can create your own little gift basket and sell them from your home or online. It's something that takes very little skill or creativity when it comes to decoration or anything like that. And then you can create the value from selling them from your home locally or listing them on eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Etsy, or any of the other sites out there. Number four is being a tour guide. Whether you're visually impaired or not, you can actually be a tour guide. You could charge a small fee for taking tourists in your area around and showing them the different areas. Whether you're visually impaired or not, you might already know a great deal about your city, in which case You don't visually have to be able to see what the building is or what the attraction is. You could still have that knowledge and be able to take tourists out around your area and show them the different sites. Just because you might be visually impaired doesn't mean anything, because you can use GPS to be able to know where you are and be able to reference to that specific area the different historical or important information to that area or that attraction near you that those tourists might not know about. In which case, you could make a few bucks for just walking around town and sharing your knowledge of those sites. And then number 5 is your local farmers market. It is a huge misconception that a farmers market is strictly about having produce or food items, whether it's vegetables or fruits. That's not entirely what a farmer's market is. Depending on your specific farmer's market, will depend on what they sell. We have a few of them around here that not only do your typical fruits and vegetables, but they also have craft workers and other entrepreneurs out there who do different things, whether it's creating quilts or woodwork or different seasonal types of craft work. There are a lot of them out there that have different regulations on what they do and what they do not allow for sale in their farmers market. So it is entirely up to you on what kind of thing you do sell, but you can look into your local farmers market and be able to go and show off your skills or your products there and be able to make a very good amount of money. If you have any questions, please feel free to drop them into the live chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Ghost tours would be a good one, yes. There are definitely a lot of old buildings that people believe are haunted and could actually bring in quite a good little bit of money too for showing them around to the different sites. No point in them just being on TV shows and contemplating or considering how or if they may be haunted. It is definitely something that is entirely up to you whether you're taking them on a haunted site tour or maybe you're just showing them some of the artistic attractions, maybe you're showing them historic buildings or teaching about history in that specific area. Or maybe here in California where you can go on a tour of the stars per se, or uh, where the celebrities live kind of thing. There are all kinds of different tours. Oh, gotta love technology. So, how have you all been over this past week? It has been a little bit chaotic trying to learn the new camera and get some of the coursework done for everything that I've been doing within the community. This past week was the end of the live streams with Pat Flynn, which kind of sucks. I am like at a loss and feels kind of weird after an entire year of watching one of your mentors every day to not seeing them at all for an entire week. Thankfully, Pat will be doing the occasional stream once a week, once every couple weeks here in the near future again, but it will not be a daily thing, which kind of works out because now it gives me more free time to be able to work on things for our community. Yeah, spring is definitely in the air. I feel you on that one, Kim. It's it's nice though. It's warming up outside instead of being bitterly cold. I am much happier now with it getting warmer out than what I was with it being bitterly cold and snowing. Means I can do a lot more. Especially having the new camera, it will give me more ability to be able to do our O&M videos that I am going to be starting on doing as well. Um, Unfortunately, I did not get the cane tips yet to be able to do that video and live stream for Friday, but they will be here in the near future. And then we will start on discussing the different cane tip types and their purpose and some of the different ways that you can use them. I do have a talking pedometer I'm going to do a review on and demo of so everybody can see that. It is on a slightly cheaper side, but it's still a good talking product for those of us that are visually impaired compared to some of those more expensive items out there for us. I do have plans on a few other items I want to do reviews on for accessibility and mobility, but I have to purchase them yet. It would be nice if I didn't have to buy everything in order to do a review on it, but unfortunately, that's a little bit of a necessity is to buy it because if you don't buy it, where are you going to get it from? Because not all of our mobility specialists or orientation and mobility facilities will loan out items for you to be able to use, which kind of sucks, but at the same time is understandable. I am going to reach out to a few different companies that I might be able to get a loaner from, but it's hard telling whether or not they will. But it's worth a shot either way, just to see if they will allow me to do a loan of an item to review. There's some tech that I would really love to be able to review to see if it would work for us. But then again, at the same time, I'm kind of nervous because I don't even know if it will work for me. Because some of the items are like the more recent releases of the mobility assistance tech, kind of like the Google Glass or Apple Glass and Orcam and things like that. I know those are very dependent on your level of sight, and I'm a little bit skeptical on whether or not my eyes will cooperate good enough to use the product. But either way, it's still worth a try. Now, out of today's list, if you were to pick one of the 5 possibilities for making an income, which do you think would be the more successful and accessible way for you within the visually impaired community? Or which one would you prefer to try over the others? Myself, I like the idea of having a phone app just because it would give me the ability to incorporate the website, incorporate my music, digital products, and merch all in one area, and be free of the YouTube restrictions of 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours for the YouTube partner program, and still be able to generate revenue from creating content, as well as in general, just because I do so much of a variety of different things between O&M and general uh, tech stuff here on the YouTube channel, income possibilities, Native American knowledge, and so on. There's a lot of different ways that I could use a app in order to generate income. Gift baskets would be another good one that I could see a lot of us doing because it is something that is fairly inexpensive and simple to do and could generate a fair amount of money in return. But I am curious of which one interests you the most. I'm also curious if there's anything specific that you would like me to cover in the future as well, whether it's finding more possible ways to make income, whether it's doing more on digital products, entrepreneurial kind of things, whether it's tech related, O&M and accessibility. I'm just curious in general of what else you would like to see here within the channel in the future. We've got about 4 more weeks, roughly, of this current series on 5 different ways to make income. After that, I will be going through further on these different ones that we've covered over the last couple of months a little bit more in depth, but I also want to be able to continue giving you other content besides just those possibilities of being able to make income. Uh, Kim says baskets, gift baskets, probably the only one she could do, and would do baskets for people who love horses. Awesome. I could I can totally picture that because not only could you do one for people who love horses, but you could actually do a basket for horses. And the sense of having uh, shampoos for the horse hair, brushes for taking care of their hair and brushing their body as well, horse blankets, or um, different horse care products, as well as something that's decorative that will allow that person to show off their love of horses as well. I can definitely see that being something people would do as well. Um, I am also going to be working on incorporating the second camera soon. As I said, I've been trying to ensure that the new camera I'm using now is set up how I would prefer it and the different features and everything because it is new. And then I have the old camera that I was using kind of set up how I would like it, but I would still need to tweak things a little bit more and figure out a couple tech issues with it because of incorporating it into the live stream and videos. It's been hectic. There's I'm spread kind of thin. I do too much. But I keep myself occupied, and that's the fun part is keeping yourself occupied. Exactly. Yep. There's lots of people out there who are always buying gifts for their pets too. See, so you could go and set up a gift basket for somebody to take care of their pet. You could have a gift basket set up for the pet itself in the sense that it could have treats or toys or something to that effect that will cross between for the pet as well as the pet owner. There's a variety of ways you could do gift baskets, whether it's for birthdays, anniversaries, holidays. There's there's an endless possibility when it comes to the gift baskets because they range from all different categories and all age groups. And for those of you who are possibly coming in late, I do just want to give a quick reminder that today is the last day, for now at least, of multi-streaming to Twitter. I was recently informed yesterday that Periscope, which is the service that connects live video to Twitter, is going to be discontinued effective the 31st of this month, which is only 9 days away. And after that, there will be no use of Periscope to live stream to Twitter. So today is the last Twitter live stream. And if you are on Twitter and want to continue seeing the live streams when they happen, you will have to join us on YouTube or on Facebook or Twitch in order to stay up with the latest live streams and videos. Unfortunately, when these social media sites make changes like this, it's out of our control and we have to adapt as things happen. And unfortunately, with Periscope closing, that means I have to find an alternative to Periscope to continue to incorporate Twitter into the multicast on StreamYard. Hey Shonda, thanks for joining us. Hope you're doing well also. Thanks for joining us. I was kind of shocked to hear that Periscope was being discontinued yesterday, but everything has to evolve and change over time. That is natural law. And though it kind of irritates me that I'm going to have to figure out an alternative to continue how I have been going live for the last year, it doesn't ultimately bug me because I know I can use Twitter still in a different sense and promote the other platforms as well as live streams. And as I was saying a moment ago, Shonda, before you got here, I'm kind of at a loss. It feels so weird not having Pat on the daily live streams anymore. It's like I know I gain an extra hour back plus, but it's still kind of weird to go from seeing Pat every day and having the whole quarantine fam together to not seeing everybody on a daily basis to chat as well as seeing Pat. It's just creepy weird that we don't have Pat Flynn anymore during the day. It's kind of heartbreaking. After 365 days straight to go to nothing, it sucks. Yeah, I didn't know about Periscope until yesterday, and that is only because one of the moderators of the live streaming pros, who is a friend and also a coaching group member, had posted a video about 5 different steps that you can take to prepare for this discontinuation of Periscope, about downloading your previous content, getting your save data, and all of that from them before it is shut down. And if it wouldn't have been for seeing that, I wouldn't have known. Because I got so much going on that I literally barely have enough time to even watch YouTube videos. The only thing I was watching for YouTube videos for the past practical year is Pat Flynn. And if I watched anything other than Pat Flynn, it was on like 1.5 to 2 times playback speed. So it literally took only a couple minutes to watch a video compared to watching it in regular one-time playback and having to sit here for anywhere between 10 and 20 minutes or however long the video was. Yeah, it is definitely a downer, that is for sure. But the best part is we still have the replays from the past year and then all the new content he'll be coming out with in the near future. So that is at least one nice thing. And then we still have the podcast as well, which I have not been listening to for a while now. I've only got, I think, 7 or 8 podcasts that I am subscribed to, but I usually keep myself so busy that I haven't been listening to them that much over the past year. I was hoping that our Team Flynn shirts would have arrived by now because I wanted to be able to wear it in a live stream before the live streams were discontinued, but oh well. Yeah, I am definitely, I'm with you on that one, Shonda, because to go from an hour a day every day to taking this little break and then the new content he plans on doing, and then the possibility of doing a 2-hour stream, each stream would be awesome. Because then it's more likely to be on a consistent basis compared to the last couple months where we were fluctuating on time. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to post in Slack and ask Jess if there's any update because this is taking a wee bit longer than I anticipated. I know Pat said it was gonna be a few weeks, but a few weeks longer than what I anticipated. I ordered my shirt for Karma Cash Flow the same week as I ordered my shirt for Pat Flynn, and I got both my Karma Cash Flow shirts like 2-3 weeks later, whereas the shirts that we ordered for Team Flynn were just before the new year, and here we are coming up to the end of March and still no shirt. So I'm hoping that they'll be out fairly soon because I know some companies are backlogged and stuff like that, but wow. If I were Pat, I would be slightly irritated to pay for a service just to be able to market the shirt and then have them take forever when you can go to Teespring and they don't charge you right up front or monthly for your product. They just charge their little percentage right when the purchase is made, and then your customer gets their product within 3 weeks to a month. I know it's out of Pat's control, but I would be very, very disappointed and upset with a company that charges me monthly to be able to use their service and then take forever without any kind of notification. All right, we are approaching the top of the hour. So if you have any questions on today's topic for the 5 different ways to make income or any of the previous videos, feel free to drop them into the live chat. If you're on the replay, feel free to drop your questions down in the comments below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. If for any reason you are not comfortable with posting in the comments or in the live chat, you can always email me at consult.ablindguy@gmail.com or andrew@consultablindguy.com. And just in case, I will put those both into the chat just so you can see them. There we go. That's kind of funny. I love how technology works out. I'm just saying, these algorithms sometimes irritate the hell out of me because I can sit here and tell you guys hello at the beginning of the stream in the chat, and it will tell me, oops, your comment was not shown because it was deemed by Periscope to be spam or contain an email or website address. But I go and type in both my email addresses, and Periscope allows that to go through, but does not allow regular conversation to go through. What in the Sam hell is up with that? I can say hi or goodbye, and Periscope flags it and don't show it, but I type in an email address, and here, we'll just publish it, no problem. Why? Why do they have to make their algorithms so stupid? Sorry, but that there is irritating. I can tell you hello or hi or goodbye or I hope you're doing good, and it doesn't post it. But I type in my Gmail or my website email and it goes right through. Twitter, you got some work to do. I'm just saying, yes, it is hashtag rant time. And yes, this will become a clip because that there is stupid. Just plain stupid. We're going to flag regular conversation, but we'll let you send your email. Maybe it's a good thing Periscope is going away just because of that right there. Twitter, fix your crap. Thank God I have my own website because they can just remove my stuff anyway because, I'm calling them out on their faults, but I don't care. Besides, it don't bug me. They're gonna have to deal with me enough in the future anyway because I've got a lot that I'm going to be posting in the near future between the content creators course, the updates to the channel, and now that I have this new DSLR camera, I'm going to be busy this spring and summer and into the future because I've got some big plans. Now that I have the DSLR camera and I have my Sigma lens, here hopefully in the next few days, I'm hoping that the stimulus will come in and I'll be able to use that. But if I don't find out it's coming this week, I will be using my savings and getting a second lens, and it will be a telephoto lens, so I will be able to take more photographs with the camera besides just doing live streams. I'll be able to actually go out and photograph the powwows that I attend, the different creatures out in nature, the sunrise, sunsets, and moon, which will be fun because I've always done it on one of these. And yeah, a cell phone does have a fairly good ability to take photos, but this DSLR camera takes so much better of a high quality photo compared to the smartphone that I'm excited to see what it's going to turn out like. That and it will give me the ability to have yet another digital product that I could potentially market for an income source, which is one of the things that I had mentioned over the past couple weeks within the series of videos on 5 ways to make income. Whether it's selling your own photos or selling stock videos, digital products can actually be a great way for you to make some income. There are plenty of sites out there that allow you to do it for free. There's some of them that do actually charge an upload fee and a commission once the licensing rights are sold to somebody else. Or you can actually sell your images, whether it's photos or stock videos or any other digital product, on your own website or on your different social media accounts to individuals yourself, and then you have less of a commission coming out of it for some of the other platforms and going straight to you rather than having to take 1 to 5% out of it for whatever platform you use. Because myself, if I'm going to sell something, I would prefer to keep the majority of the income going to the person rather than getting it split apart for fees and commission rates to a secondary business to do it. I am definitely one person that will definitely advocate all the time for keeping as much of your profits yourself compared to it going to a different source. That's why I use Teespring, or now known as Spring, thanks to the rebranding, because they don't charge me up front to use their service. I can go on, upload my design, do all my work for marketing and descriptions and everything else, and the only time that they'll take money is when somebody buys one of the products. And even then, I'm still getting all the profit. The only thing they're taking is the cost of the product itself. They're not really charging you the processing fee or a creation fee for printing the product. It is strictly the cost of the product itself, which is nice in my opinion. All right, we're at the last couple of minutes. So if you have any last minute questions, please feel free to drop them into the chat and I will answer them before we close out today's stream. Again, if you are watching this on Twitter, thank you for being here over the past year. It is kind of sad that we have to end the live streams on Twitter, but if all works out well, we will be returning to live streaming on Twitter in the near future. I am going to be researching and double checking possibilities for other platforms or resources to use in order to be able to live stream to Twitter again in the future. But unfortunately, today is the last day. I could possibly do one more next week, but I'm not entirely sure when the last cutoff date is that you can continue to stream. I just know that the service is going to come to an end entirely on the 31st. And after that, I don't believe you will be able to get any of your save files or anything after the 31st. So right now, I'm not sure if that is the hard cutoff date entirely for everything, or if it is going to be a phased out process starting next week into the last couple of days. I will be researching and I'll let you know in a post on Twitter or other social media about the results that I find. I am not noticing any more questions come in. So I want to thank you all for joining me today. It is greatly appreciated. Inside the Lab Tech PC, or PC Tech, with Terrence, Danny McMcKenna, Kim Lackey, Shonda's Real Food and Drinks. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Thank you again for joining me. And I will be back here again on Wednesday for our Why Do You Do What You Do Wednesday, as well as working on our video for Friday. And then we will be back to our usual scheduled live stream on Monday at 3 Eastern Time. Pardon me. So I hope you have a good day or evening, depending on where you are in the world, and we'll see you next time.